this is shit. So I've just been summoned by the developers. They want me on a call to discuss some Meta API issues. Not what I need in the start of the year.
If you're new here, this is the road to 1,000 users where me and James are trying to get our new platform Rupert, a 24/7 social media assistant to help you manage your comment section, to 1,000 users by the end of 2025. This series is going to document the highs, lows and realities of building a tech startup after James sold his previous 2 companies to focus solely on Rupert. Now, part of building a platform that integrates with Facebook and Instagram means dealing with Meta, which is far from straightforward, as anyone who deals with Meta knows, and often leads to setbacks and problems and new updates which lead to new issues. And today James is jumping on a call with Rob and Tom from Pragmatic, who are the developers behind Rupert, who are calling to discuss some problems they are encountering when trying to streamline Rupert's login process. So with all that out of the way, let's get back into the video.
Hello, mate.
Hello, Rob.
Tom and I are here.
I'm good. You alright, Tom?
Hi, mate.
Hello, mate. Go on then.
Basically, we need to see how the current app's set up, and also maybe test setting up another app, but we can't do it on our account. We need you to log in and for us to see it.
Okay, so what do I need to do?
So if you log into Facebook and then go to developers.facebook.com.
Oh, well then, let me log in. So just so I know what's going on, so why do we need to create a new app?
If you want to check that. Yeah, it's just checking at the moment.
Anything for me to worry about yet, or?
Not yet. Don't worry yet.
Why do I feel like I don't believe you?
I don't know. You should trust us, mate. Yeah, we don't know yet. We've seen some configuration settings that are different, and obviously we don't have the access to test it.
We don't have a verified business to plug it in and chat and just see what happens. So.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me just see if I can update my mobile number now. Actually, do you know what? Let me just come off and off completely, because this is fucking nonsense. Oh, Meta.
Is there another way to authenticate, or?
Well, no, it's just got my mobile number, so it's not letting me do it. So I'm gonna have to see I'll have to see if Nick's around and see if he can do it for me.
Yeah, unless you can log in and then log in. Well, you can't log in to add the 2FA, can you?
No. Sorry.
Do you want to get? That's all right. We can either wait or you can tell us when you've got Nick.
Yeah, well, let me just keep trying just while and see if it'll just randomly let me in, and then I can just call you back. I'll email Nick and see if he's about, but I've not been able to get hold of him for 2 days, so yeah, I don't know where he's disappeared to. But all we need to do is we just need to create a new app, and that's it, is it?
We need to do it with you though, because we need to make sure there's some certain settings.
Yeah, we need to look at your account and look at how the current app's created, and what options you get shown when you create a new one.
Okay, so potentially when we set the original one up that's obviously working now, I'm assuming the configurations that we're going to do for the new logins aren't... okay, fine. Potentially,
yeah. Which obviously isn't ideal because of all the permissions and stuff, but yeah. But we can't confirm that until we can see it.
Okay. So as it stands right now, just because of time and ETAs and stuff, based on how the app has been sort of been created originally, we're not able to do the UX of Hootsuite.
Potentially, yeah, but we can't confirm it until we see it. But yeah, that's our common train of thought.
Okay, so that's going to delay, isn't it?
It probably will do in terms of going live, due to the, obviously you'd have to get the permissions again on the new app.
Yeah, which we tried to put I put one in before Christmas, and that's came back saying that we need a test account. So we tried to put them in without those codes in, just hoping that they might approve it. But they do need those test credentials. So I need to look at how we get those, and if we can use one of my 2 accounts. But I know when we tried before, we weren't able to use those, so we're gonna have to somehow figure it out.
Yeah, well, we can help you figure that out. Definitely, yeah. There's no problem with that. We're sure if we got working on one account, we should be able to get it working on another.
Yeah, no, I'm not too worried about getting the actual permissions sort of approved, because obviously we've already done that, haven't we? But it's more about having those codes, and for some reason we couldn't do it on anyone else's, annoyingly. So we'll just have to. I need to figure those out.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe once you get on them, we'll figure other two out together today.
Yeah, and then we can just use, because the permissions, the second we get those test credentials, I can just fly through those, and basically all we're going to do is just copy and paste what we did before to get them approved, and just hopefully, touch wood, they get approved. There's no reason why not. But obviously now this is cropped up, we're going to have to do
it twice.
Do this first.
Yeah.
Facebook fun again.
Fuck.
Look at the positives. We've done it all before, right?
I know, but the problem is, Rob, is that, this is, if we have to put all the permissions back in, and obviously this is just a reality, this isn't going to get done till the end of Jan. A month,
potentially not.
It's a month behind again. Oh, fucking hell.
If we put them all in, and we've obviously done them before, you would hope that they would get approved a lot quicker than it took us last time.
I know there's hope. There's also more reality, isn't there? We know what fucking nonsense they do, and
True.
Okay, well look, there's something we can do. We just gotta crack on.
Yeah. Maybe don't panic until we actually fully figured it out.
I don't panic. So. There's no panic anymore. It's just another fucking day. Whenever you lot call me, it's never to fucking tell me that the kids have just gone to uni. It's fucking okay. I will try and get into the developer site. I will then let you know when I'm in, and we will obviously together create a new app and see obviously if that configuration is wrong, and we'll have to redo that. And then we'll have to get these test credentials sorted so that we're not using I know we can't use your account on, but then we can use that moving forward then.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just give us a shout. We can move things around all day today, so just let us know.
I'm literally going to try log in again now.
All
right. So, man, cheers, lads. Cheers, boys. Mate. Bye. Oh, fucking hell. This is just the reality of tech. It's shit. So that's not now to the end of Jan, realistically. That's a month gone. Another month gone. This road to 1,000 users, it's getting harder. And it's not my fault. For fuck's sake. I know, I've just sent Nick the link. Nick. Oh, here he is. Here he is.
Hi, Nick. Hey, mate.
All right.
Yeah, all good.
Right, can we just do this real quick then, and we'll just see so we can start looking into it. So if you share your screen, Nick, and go to the developer portal on Facebook for us, he just has to create it. So if you click create in the top right, whichever the one that's verified is, because there has to be a verified business. Yeah, right. So then click next. God, they don't make this easy, do they? It's like pulling teeth.
Yep.
Well, I've just had my notification saying if you continue to ask for SMS, we're going to close your account down. It's just like, well, you send me a code, I put the 6-digit code in, and then you say it's wrong. So how soon?
Yeah, that happens as well. So you just have to ignore it now until it resets.
Oh no, I'm not touching it.
Why the fuck is it not loading?
Alright, it is. Yeah, it's just done.
And then click customize.
Yes,
so that's done, yeah. So it obviously doesn't give you the extra permissions.
Can you share this with us and we do some more digging?
Yeah, so if you go on app roles on the left, and then you have to add me as an administrator, and then we'll have a look. But it's not looking like you can add those extra permissions to the old school login, is it?
No. Yeah, you'll have to go to facebook.com and then find it.
Yeah, leave it with me. We're just going to jump on this call and I'll do that after. Okay,
bye.
Don't look sad yet.
Just so I'm fully, because I need to know, Rob. So let's say that isn't working. So I'm assuming, Tom, those 3 boxes There should have been a fourth one.
There is a document on Facebook's website that says if you have a Facebook business login integration, if you change the user access token configuration, which was what we originally said in the scope of work that we were going to do, to a user access token, then it gives you the simple login that we were looking for, that like Hootsuite's got.
Yeah.
So we integrated that this morning, and it did not change the login flow at all. It didn't change how it looked.
Is it a time thing? It takes 24 hours?
No, it's got a different type of, it's got a different configuration string in it. Then what we thought was, what that is because we've created the app as a business app, and actually all we need is a Facebook login app, right? Which is that option that I just got Nick to go through.
Yeah.
When we go through that, because we don't have a verified business, it doesn't let us like see all of the permission. Or my theory is that you need to be a verified business to see all the extra permissions, like, accessing users' pages and shit.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I'm kind of hoping that we'll be able to find that somewhere. Because if you manually request all those extra permissions from Facebook login through code, it basically just says you're not allowed to do it. Basically, we just need to verify that we haven't configured the original app wrong. But the knock-on effect of that is that there's some documentation somewhere in Facebook's massive list of shit that says that actually they no longer support the way Hootsuite are doing it. And the reason Hootsuite is still able to do it is because they created their app 5 years ago or whatever, and they're on some legacy version of the API that we don't have access to. That's like my only other theory. I'm sorry we don't have a definitive answer.
No.
Look,
we've had this, haven't we? With Meta giving you these details or these, these documents, and then they're fucking 10 years out of date. We get it. Fucking hell.
But there's potential here that we won't be able to get that nice one click that they've got, which they must be, if we're right, they're using some sort of legacy login, or their app type is legacy to what we have access to.
We don't know at the minute. They say you can do what we wanted to do in the documentation, so...
Yeah, I mean, they say that, but then when you configure it exactly how they say that, they still doesn't provide you with the correct login dialog.
Well, we had that last time, if you remember. I can't remember what it was, but the documentation that you were working to, Tom, was then not correct when you actually then configured it.
That happens all the time. Like, even the API payloads aren't how they're documented.
Let's say that, unfortunately, we can't do this for whatever reason, because it just won't allow us, that permission's removed, and these guys have got a custom API, which, to be fair, they're a big enough company now, an organisation, to probably have a direct and a custom API, which is fine. We're clearly not there anytime soon.
I think worst case is we crack on with the work, but essentially the Facebook UI bit will stay the same, but instead of them having to select their specific accounts in the Facebook UI, we'll build a custom Rupert UI that's much nicer. Like just like the Hootsuite one is, where you select your Instagram account, you select your Facebook account, and it pulls the data in like that.
Yeah.
We'll obviously explore every avenue we can, but if there's no way of getting around that...
Because that's the biggest issue with all of this, Tom, is that when they're logging in, again, I've been on numerous calls now, which is why I've put pause and everything until this is sorted, because if you select the wrong ones, it doesn't pull anything in. It kills it completely, which is why when we said about, can we copy these guys, it would work so much better. But if they've still got to do the same process as before, forget the UI of it, post that, it's still the same issue before.
I don't know how to ameliorate that problem without fixing the problems as they come up one at a time. Like, I just don't know how we can get around that.
Okay, connecting your accounts and then selecting ones, that's the issue. That's where everyone falls down, especially the agencies. They've got multiple accounts, where most do now. It just throws it out completely.
If we control the UI of which pages they can select to connect, then they can't select multiple ones and confuse the system, because we can set up rules that say that they can only have one connected at a time.
But if you think of the UI right now, so they log into Facebook, it then brings up the little page. There's 4 different questions it asks you in total. If they select the wrong ones, it fucks it completely.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that.
We've just found, Rocco's obviously looking at this as well, but he's found something interesting, which basically means default permissions are only the visitor's email address and profile, and the rest is hidden, and you'll only be able to access the rest once you've submitted it for a review.
So we're going to have to go for a fucking review just to test it.
Yeah, which is annoying, but...
Alright, well, let's just get access to the one that Nick's created, and we'll go from there. There's nothing else you can do at this point.
We'll get there. It's just like, yeah, just from my side, the UX obviously I want it to look good, but the critical issue is making sure that when a user creates an account, is they don't mess up, because that's where every single downfall so far has been, especially with agencies that have multiple accounts. It's just, and unless I'm on the call, and even the ones that I am on the call, I still can't get it right.
Leave it with us then. Well, leave it with Nick, and then Nick needs to tell me when I'm added into that system.
Yeah, and I'm also going to try in another hour, because I can't have my account blocked, so there's accounts on there. And then hopefully we can get it sorted.
We'll let you know if you find anything else out.
Yeah, cheers lads, as always. I appreciate it.
Hey. Bye.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, boys. Fuck's sake. This is shit. Yesterday, you would have seen me having a few conversations with the developers about the issues we're having with Meta. Now, this is the issue with tech, especially when you're APIing into a lot larger, or massive, essentially, businesses, is although they provide you documentation that should be correct, a lot of the time it isn't. So if I rewind prior to Christmas, I realised that we had a real issue when it came to people connecting their accounts on Rupert. So it wasn't that they couldn't connect their accounts, but it wasn't easy. And even some of the calls that I went on to help them, it just wasn't connecting. And that's because if you've got multiple business accounts connected to your account within Meta, for some reason, if you don't connect the right ones, it just won't pull any data. So I instructed the lads to move forward and essentially copy what a lot of the social scheduling tools do, so people like HubSpot, and yeah, it was supposed to be ready next week, which is cool. So I could start spending some money on Meta ads, really start pushing email again, which is good. So really just start the acquisition engine up. This is again another setback. I don't think it's going to be ready now till, I think on the call I said, lads, this is going to be ready before the end of Jan, and they said maybe. So yeah, it's shit. It's a real setback. It's potentially going to be another month where we can try and get people on, but what do? Do you get people on calls and demos and hope that it works, and 1 in 3 it does, and then the other 2 in 3 lose total faith, and you've already spent money to acquire that lead? Or do you wait? And that's the conundrum I'm in. As I said previously, we all know we're losing money at the moment at quite a substantial rate. I don't really know what to do. But I just thought I'd just summarise that, because it's a real issue. This isn't just us doing it. I've been on forums where people have been asking for their API some permissions to be approved for Meta for over 18 months, 2 years, and they're still waiting. And some of these forums are really damning towards Meta, but Meta's Meta. For however much we all give them grief, what a business model. Their customer service is shit. The results you can't attribute exactly all the time. You can give a good indication, but again, in terms of attribution, you're never 100% correct, which is fine. But regardless of all that, we still give them more money. It's an amazing business model, isn't it? Imagine that. Imagine you give the shittest customer service going, and people and clients refuse to leave, and they keep giving you even more money every year because your costs go up by about 7%. It's not bad, is it? So yeah, there was my summary of where we are with the developers, and yeah, just a bit more context to it. I have next week, and you'll see this on one of the next episodes as well, which is a client who I asked test it for a few months. And to be fair to the client, actually, they were paying for it. She's got some feedback for me, so I've got a call with her at 10 a.m. to run through how they felt, what stuff they liked, but more importantly, what stuff they didn't like. Now I'm going to guess here. Sophie is going to say that you should put in reviews. I'm telling you now, that is exactly what she's going to say. I know it. I know Sophie too well. But that's next week, and then yeah, busy week next week. We've also got all the podcast stuff coming. Be in the comments. Gordon coming from Glasgow, Chris coming from Manchester, a couple of them around the Midlands. We got 4 booked in for next week, 3 or 4. And this is what I do at the weekends, is this. Just run in the lovely countryside.
So I could do some like really cringe. It's where I find my zen moment, and this is how I relax as a founder, as a tech entrepreneur. It's not. I like running. I don't want to get fat, and it's that cold. I've had to wear 2 hats. So I look like a bit of a Burke today.